Welcome to Final Bow. I'm Kenneth. Today, we pause to honor those remarkable souls who took their final bow, leaving behind memories that still live within us. Through their passion and dedication, they touched countless hearts. As we remember them, we celebrate their journey and the lasting impact they made on the world. Betty Ann Reese may not have been a household name, but her work carried a distinct charm that still resonates with fans of classic film and television. During the 1970s, she appeared in memorable projects like Sugar Hill and The Unholy Rollers, along with television roles including My Three Sons. Her performances were often understated, yet they brought authenticity and depth that made her stand out in a competitive era of Hollywood. Early life and artistic roots. Born in Shaker Heights, Ohio, Reese developed an early love for the arts in a supportive environment. After finishing high school, she briefly attended the University of Miami before deciding to pursue acting wholeheartedly. Her training at the Pasadena Playhouse helped shape her skills and confidence as a performer. During her early career in New York, she shared an apartment with Caroline McWilliams, reflecting her close ties to fellow actors navigating the same journey. Lasting impression. Reese spent her later years in Emmet, California, where she lived a quiet life. Though she stayed out of the spotlight, her body of work continues to be appreciated by those who admire classic cinema. Her legacy lives on through roles that, while subtle, remain meaningful and enduring. David Allan Coe was never the kind of artist to follow a safe or predictable path. In a genre often built on polished images, he leaned into something more personal: honesty, grit, and individuality. His story, shaped by both hardship and resilience, came to a close at 86 after ongoing health challenges. Yet his life was never defined by its ending, but by the way he chose to live it, finding direction through music. Born on September 6, 1939 in Akron, his early years were far from stable. He spent much of his youth moving through difficult environments, searching for direction. It was during this time that music became a turning point. Writing songs gave him a sense of purpose, a way to process emotions and imagine something beyond his circumstances. A different kind of country artist. When he eventually made his way to Nashville, he brought that raw perspective with him. His songwriting, including Take This Job and Shove It, connected with audiences because it felt real. As part of the outlaw country movement alongside Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings, he carved out a place for himself by staying true to his voice, an honest and lasting legacy. His career had its ups and downs, but what stayed constant was his authenticity. He continued performing and creating even as challenges grew. In the end, his legacy isn't about fitting in. It's about being real and leaving behind music that reflects a life fully lived. Diddier Rustan was more than a commentator. He felt like a companion to anyone who loved football. Born on October 10, 1957, he built his life around the game, guided by genuine passion and curiosity. His voice carried warmth and honesty, making matches feel closer, more human. Over the years, he earned quiet respect not just for what he knew, but for how deeply he cared about the sport and its stories, moments that brought a nation together. In 1984, Rustan found himself at the center of a historic summer for French football. As he followed the national team's journey during the UEFA European Championship, his words mirrored the excitement and pride of millions. France's victory that year wasn't just about trophies. It was about emotion, unity, and unforgettable memories, all of which he helped bring to life for viewers at home. A lasting voice, remembered Rustan passed away at 66. Leaving behind a silence that many fans feel deeply. While details of his passing remain private, his legacy is clear. He will be remembered not just for covering football, but for making people feel it, turning every match into a story worth holding on to. Dirk Kempthorne's passing at 74 closes a long chapter of dedicated public service. Over the years, he became known as a steady and approachable leader, serving Idaho as governor, representing the state in the U.S. Senate, and later taking on a national role as Secretary of the Interior. His work reflected a strong commitment to community, and he earned respect from colleagues and citizens alike for his balanced approach and ability to connect with people. In recognition of his contributions, state leaders honored him by lowering flags, a gesture that reflects how deeply his efforts shaped Idaho's civic life. USS, Idaho Ceremony and Legacy. The timing of his passing added a poignant note to what was meant to be a proud day for the state, the commissioning of the USS Idaho. Kempthorne had long supported the project, seeing it as a symbol of Idaho's place in the nation's story. As the submarine officially entered service, the news of his death turned the occasion into something more reflective, blending pride with remembrance. Tributes. Those who knew him described a leader who made people feel heard and valued. As tributes continue, his legacy lives on not just in public records, but in the lives he touched and the milestones he helped bring to life. Monsieur Emmet Walsh built a career that didn't rely on spotlight or stardom, yet left a lasting impression on generations of viewers. Born on March the 22nd, 1935, he became one of those rare actors whose face felt instantly familiar, even if his name wasn't always front and center. Over 5 decades, he appeared in more than 200 films and television shows, proving that consistency and craft can outshine fame. He wasn't chasing leading roles. He was perfecting the art of presence. Roles that stayed with us. Whether it was Captain Bryant in Blade Runner or the oddly compelling Lauren Visser in Blood Simple, Walsh had a way of grounding every story he stepped into. His performances in films like The Jerk and Raising Arizona showed his range, from subtle drama to offbeat humor. He made characters feel lived in, never exaggerated, always believable. A lasting legacy. Walsh passed away shortly before turning 89. What he leaves behind isn't just a long list of credits, but a standard. How even the smallest role, when done right, can become unforgettable. Ron Howard's career stands out in Hollywood because it didn't follow a typical rise and fall pattern. Instead, it developed steadily over time, moving from child acting into directing and producing with a sense of natural progression. He is one of those rare entertainment figures whose work has remained relevant across decades, not because of sudden reinvention, but because of consistent growth, curiosity, and a deep understanding of storytelling. His journey reflects how long-term experience in the industry can shape a creative identity that evolves without losing its foundation. Early life and family background. Ron Howard was born into a family that already had strong ties to the performing arts, which meant he grew up surrounded by the rhythms of the entertainment world. His parents were involved in acting and creative work, so film sets and production environments were not unusual spaces for him. Rather than discovering Hollywood later in life, he experienced it as part of his everyday surroundings. This early exposure gave him a unique familiarity with how creative projects come together, from rehearsals to filming to final production. It also helped him understand the discipline and teamwork required in the industry from a very young age. Childhood in the entertainment world. Howard's childhood was quite different from that of most children, as much of his early environment was shaped by studios, scripts, and filming schedules. He spent a significant amount of time observing professional actors and crews at work, which gave him a practical education outside of traditional classroom experiences. While this lifestyle required adjustments, it also gave him early maturity and awareness of how structured creative work can be. He learned to adapt to changing schedules and professional expectations, which later became a valuable strength in his career. First, steps into acting. Acting came naturally to Howard because he was introduced to it early in life. He began performing at a young age and quickly became comfortable in front of the camera. Unlike many beginners, he didn't need a long adjustment period to understand sets, lighting, or direction. Instead, he learned by doing, absorbing the process as part of his routine. This early start helped him develop confidence and a strong sense of timing and expression, which made his performances feel natural and relatable even as a child. Education and balancing responsibilities. Balancing school with acting commitments was an important part of Howard's early years. His education often took place in flexible settings that allowed him to continue learning while working on productions. This dual lifestyle taught him discipline and time management at an early stage. While he didn't experience a traditional school routine, he still developed academically while gaining real-world experience in the entertainment industry. This combination of structured learning and professional exposure helped shape his ability to handle responsibility from a young age. Breakthrough in television. Howard's rise to recognition came through television, where his performances quickly gained attention for their sincerity and emotional clarity. He had a natural screen presence that made his characters feel authentic and engaging. Television also provided him with long-term experience, as roles were often developed over extended periods. This helped him understand consistency in performance and how characters evolve over time. His early success in television made him a familiar face to audiences and established the foundation for his future in entertainment. The role that defined early fame. One of Howard's most memorable early roles brought him widespread recognition and made him a household name. He portrayed a character that embodied innocence, curiosity, and emotional warmth, which resonated strongly with viewers. His performance felt genuine rather than overly rehearsed, which contributed to the character's lasting popularity. This role not only increased his visibility, but also helped him understand the impact of long-running storytelling on audiences. It became a defining part of his early career and shaped how people viewed him during his childhood years. Life as a young actor. Growing up in the spotlight brought both opportunities and challenges. Howard spent much of his time working in professional environments, which required him to develop discipline early in life. He was surrounded by adults in the industry, which encouraged responsibility and focus. At the same time, he had to navigate the experience of growing up while being publicly recognized. This combination of personal development and professional commitment helped him build resilience and adaptability, qualities that would later support his transition into adult roles. Transition into adult acting. As he matured, Howard faced the natural challenge of moving from child roles into adult acting. This transition is often difficult in the entertainment world, but he approached it gradually and thoughtfully. Instead of rushing into dramatic changes, he chose roles that allowed him to grow at a steady pace. During this period, he also began paying closer attention to the broader aspects of filmmaking. Observing directors and production teams sparked his interest in how stories are shaped beyond performance, setting the stage for his next career shift. Developing an interest in directing. Howard's interest in directing came from years of observing how films were made from behind the scenes. He became increasingly curious about how scenes were structured, how performances were guided, and how storytelling decisions influenced the final emotional tone of a project. His experience as an actor gave him insight into performance, while his exposure to production helped him understand technical coordination. Over time, directing felt like a natural extension of his curiosity rather than a separate career choice. Moving behind the camera. When Howard stepped into directing, it marked a major shift in his professional path, but it was not abrupt. He brought with him years of industry experience, which helped him understand both creative and practical aspects of filmmaking. His early directing work focused on clear storytelling and emotional depth rather than overly complex styles. He was able to communicate effectively with actors because he understood their perspective firsthand. This balance of technical awareness and emotional sensitivity helped him establish himself quickly as a capable filmmaker. Directing style and creative approach. Howard's directing style is often described as grounded and emotionally focused. He tends to prioritize storytelling and character development over visual experimentation. His films often explore human relationships, personal challenges, and moments of resilience. This approach makes his work accessible to wide audiences while still maintaining depth. On set, he is known for creating a collaborative environment where cast and crew feel supported. His background as an actor influences this style, allowing him to guide performances with understanding and clarity. Work across film genres. Over the years, Howard has directed a wide range of films, including dramas, biographical stories, and large-scale productions. His versatility has allowed him to move between different genres while maintaining a consistent storytelling voice. Many of his projects are based on real-life events or emotionally driven narratives, which suit his style of filmmaking. His ability to manage complex stories while keeping them engaging has contributed to his reputation as a dependable and experienced director in Hollywood. Role as a producer. In addition to directing, Howard has also worked as a producer, which expanded his involvement in filmmaking. This role allowed him to participate in projects from the early stages of development through final production. As a producer, he contributed to script selection, creative planning, and overall project coordination. His background in acting and directing gave him a well-rounded perspective, helping him understand how different elements of production come together. This versatility strengthened his long-term presence in the industry. Recognition and professional respect. Throughout his career, Howard has received recognition for his contributions to both television and film. His work has been appreciated for its emotional clarity, storytelling strength, and consistency. Rather than being defined by a single success, his reputation is built on a long history of steady and reliable work. Over time, he has become respected not only as a filmmaker, but also as someone who understands the industry from multiple angles. His career is often seen as an example of long-term creative evolution, personal life, and lasting legacy. Outside of his professional achievements, Howard has maintained a stable and private personal life. He is known for valuing long-term relationships and maintaining balance between work and family. His children have also shown interest in creative fields, continuing a connection to the entertainment world. His legacy is shaped by his ability to grow within the same industry over many decades without losing direction.